If moms can't take care of their babies for whatever reason, she's counting on you. Hi, I'm Dee Dee.
And I'm Helen. We're pet care pros here at Revival Animal Health. Whether it's your first time bottle feeding or you've done it before, we have several helpful tips to ensure your bottle feeding experience is positive, effective, and successful.
Of course, mom's milk is always our #1 choice, but that's not always an option.
Common reasons why bottle feeding may become necessary are because of an insufficient milk supply, a uterine infection, a mammary gland infection, eclampsia, or the newborn may be an orphan.
Now, before you start feeding, you'll first need to mix the milk replacer. We recommend the Breeder's Edge Foster Care, but whatever milk replacer you choose, we suggest that when mixing it, you put the water in and then add the powder second. This makes it mix better. You also need to warm this to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You want it quite warm, but not hot. So if you have any doubt, just squirt some on the inside of your wrist and see if it's too hot.
You can put it in a glass measuring cup, put it in some very warm water that may be that temperature that you need, and then it'll slowly warm, and you can actually take the temperature of the water before you start to mix it. You'll also want to make sure the nipple you use is of appropriate size for the puppy that you're going to, or kitten that you're going to be feeding. We do have one of our most popular that we've introduced just not too long ago is the Miracle Nipple. This, I believe, is the original size. It comes with the hole already in the nipple, which is nice. A lot of people really like that. And then it does connect to any type of a lure lock syringe, and it has the hole, and you just pop it right on. And the puppies really like it because it has this larger pad so that they have the sensation that they're on mama.
Kittens like that a lot too. And if you do need to put a hole in a nipple, some of the kits, like the Pet Ag kits, the original one will have a hole. The replacement nipples may not. So if you do need to put a hole in these, you need to heat up a needle, poke it through, clear through, but leave it in there until the nipple cools back down, or you can dip it in cool water, and that retains that hole size, and that'll be just the right size.
Once you have your milk replacer, bottle, and nipple ready, it's time to start bottle feeding. Now keep in mind when you're feeding the newborn, you actually need to make sure that they stay on their tummy. Don't ever hold a puppy or kitten on its back when nursing. It isn't a natural nursing position.
And knowing how much to bottle feed is also important. The stomach is located right behind the rib cage, and you need to keep an eye on this. Your goal is to have the tummy the shape of a football, not the shape of a basketball. And the tummy should feel full, but not stretched. 18 mils per pound is the stomach's maximum volume. A good idea would be to maybe start off with a few extra feedings. It's a better idea to do extra feedings than overfeed. If you see spitting up, that's a good indication. Back off the volume next time.
Right. Now, for those of us that have had children of our own, we know newborns eat often. The same is true with puppies and kittens. Until the baby is 5 days old, ideally you want to nurse with the bottle for every 2 hours. And make sure that the nipple is the correct length for the puppy that you're feeding. Then when the puppy starts to get restless, then you know it's hungry.
It's time to feed again. Now keep in mind, just like human babies, puppies and kittens also need to be burped. You can keep them on the tummy as you had them and tap the back. Tap the sides works really nice to help them to get rid of some of that air.
Another factor to keep in mind is temperature. You always want to make sure your puppies are warm. They were used to an environment over 100 degrees when they were born from mom, so you want to make sure that they're always warm. Puppies need to be warm and hydrated.
And they need to be warm in order for their digestion to work. So it's a good place for a heating pad, microwave heating pad, something along that line. Also, the puppy needs to be stimulated to urinate and defecate. Now, usually mom does this with a licking after the feeding, but if she can't, then you need to. And the best way is to have a warm wet cloth or cotton ball and stimulate the anal area. This provides the stimulation that they need to be able to do that.
And as always, if you have any questions on bottle feeding, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We would be more than happy to help you. I'm Helen.
And I'm Dee Dee, and thank you for joining us on this edition of
The Pet Care Pro Show.